I have officially figured out the best way to put lights on your Christmas tree. Taking it from this to this. Look at how much more perfectly dispersed those lights are, while still only using one string per tree. There's no more patches of too many lights over here or not enough over there. I've cracked the code. I originally came up with this idea as I took down all of the 20 sheets of tinsel which I put on my tree last year. I had a feeling this idea might work, but I wanted to be able to test it out properly to really be certain that there's a better way to put lights on your Christmas tree. So I'm taking this very seriously and I've committed to a full experiment. I have bought an identical Christmas tree so that I can compare side by side my old method and my new method. Okay, so I have my original tree with the lights put on the usual way we all do it. We're all familiar with this approach. So here's the interesting part, the new tree with the new approach. Okay, so here's my idea. I'm calling it the tentacle method. I'm going to use these icicle lights, but not just any ones. I originally tried this with clear ones and they were really noticeable on the tree. So you definitely want to get dark green ones so that the cords aren't as noticeable. I'll link to this exact one below because this one also comes in lots of different lengths. So my plan is that each tentacle of this string is going to be allocated to one branch of the tree. This means that the lights are illuminating not just the edge of the tree, but the depths of the tree as well. I think the tree will look much more magical this way. It's also going to be better for ornaments because there's more space and more light. So here we go. I'm taking the lights as close to the trunk of the tree as I can get and taking the first tentacle and placing it along the branch. Usually they sit there happily, but if not, there's a few things you can do. I'll share them with you in a minute. Think of it like this. This horizontal part, which connects all the tentacles, is going to wrap around the trunk of the tree. And the tentacles are going to spread out along each branch, and it will keep winding up the tree until we get to the top. What I like about this method is while it does take longer than the normal way, once you're done, they're so nicely placed, you don't waste so much time fiddling with them afterwards. But if you do want to adjust some lights here and there, it's so much easier because each tentacle is independent. So moving one bit over here won't ruin the string over there. Okay, so here's some of my tips that I've learned from doing this. Definitely get green lights and get them long. My tree is 7 foot and the string of lights are 56 foot, and honestly, I think this was pretty perfect. I've covered the lights around the whole tree, but it could look even more dense if you only wanted to put the lights focused on the front. On the lower parts of the tree, when I came across a shorter tentacle, I doubled up and used 2 tentacles on that branch so I could still get the length that I needed. But as I moved up the tree, I had to figure out the longer tentacles. I found it worked to weave them in a sort of loop around the end of the branch, and I made an effort to try to do this under the branch so that you see even less of the cables where possible. Now, I totally get that there are some times where it's not easy to keep these lights in place, and it would be especially hard with a real tree because they aren't as bendy. But I've got a solution for that. I've got these little berries on pieces of wire. They come in big multi-packs. I'll link to these ones below. I love adding these berries to my tree as decorations anyway. But I also love how useful they are at securing things in place while looking a little bit cute. One thing you need to be really careful of is as you're doing these tentacles, make sure you do not miss a branch. I think I missed 2, and it's a pretty big job to go back and move every single tentacle. You don't want to do that. So just pay attention, do it really carefully the first time, and then hopefully the only adjustments you'll be making are little fiddly bits to make it perfect. So now you can step back, enjoy your perfect tree, and add your decorations to your tree knowing that your tree is perfectly lit. So gather round the tree, your heart so light, with loved ones near, oh what a sight. In this merry scene, warm and so bright, May your tree always have perfectly dispersed lights.